In this video, I'll give you a glimpse of the upcoming Pimax Play 2.0, a new version of our software now with significant layout and design changes, currently in beta testing stage and soon ready to go public. Over the years, ever since the original PyTools software got released, a lot has changed and improved. The past year, Pimax Play has been praised by our community not only for its ease of use, but also stability using less resources, and of course the fact that it offers a lot more settings and customizations compared to other VR headset brands. Most people say Pimax Play is now better than ever. So, with the new 2.0 version, there is no need to reinvent the wheel. The main changes were made to the device settings layout and design, having the various options almost completely recategorized, this time with a bit more logic. Apart from the obvious visual changes, apparently a lot of the source code of Pimax Play has been rewritten now. Supposedly, this should improve stability, optimize resource management, and security in general. Anyway, I installed the new Pimax Play 2.0 beta version just a few days ago and have been using it with the Dream Air DVT sample exclusively. Right from the start, I noticed that the installation wizard looked different and more 2025 kinda, compared to the previous old school installer, now with less steps to click through and a more seamless procedure. It takes a while to install it though. A clean install of Pimax Play 2.0 took roughly 2.5 minutes to finish with my old Ryzen 5950X CPU, 32GB of RAM and PCI Express 4 NVMe M2 drive. So I guess I need to upgrade my CPU very soon. Starting up the software and the headset connection speed is roughly the same as before, I would say. I noticed that the application now uses a little bit more RAM on idle, but it's still a low memory utilization compared to something like the Meta app or especially Steam and SteamVR, and the rewritten code is now supposed to prevent memory leaks. From the first moment, it all looks very familiar. We've got the left sidebar with the store, app library, settings and help, all looking more or less identical. The headset connectivity guide has improved a lot and now includes Dream Air troubleshooting, which guides you through how to connect everything, how to pair the controllers, and what to do if the headset does not connect. But wait a second, do you see what I see? USB-C port at the top of the Dream Air? Anyway, once you go to the device settings, you start to see something new. First off, the device settings window is now integrated into the main window of Pimax Play by floating inside. You only see one icon in a Windows taskbar instead of two identical icons as before, which was a bit confusing, I must admit. And the device settings also remain inside the Pimax Play window. That means if you resize, expand or maximize the main window, the settings also will expand, and I like that. Previously, I often used a third-party Windows software called AltSnap to expand the device settings window vertically to bring up more settings without scrolling. Now it's no longer needed, of course. In VR, or in the headset itself, the empty space background has been replaced with the dark night sky with stars and a galaxy. The dark environment, in my opinion, does showcase a bit of the micro OLED panel potential with its black levels, and it's kind of like a first wow feeling or wow moment of pure black levels upon boot up, and I like that, I appreciate that. Anyway, if the default home option is enabled, previously you ended up on the boring looking planet with practically nothing to do in there. Now, that environment has been replaced with something more promising actually, and also less GPU demanding. It looks like we're inside of a Pimax themed spaceship with a nice space view outside. I would say the rendered resolution of this environment is a bit low at image quality set to high or 1.0 in Pimax Play, but I guess that can be easily fixed in Unity, and it's still a beta, right? From what I can tell, there is nothing you can do in there more than just teleport around. Hopefully, This is where we can soon have an interactive VR user interface, being able to change all or at least most of the Pimax Play settings when in VR. I kinda suspect that is the plan, and I think Pimax headsets really needs an interactive UI in VR mode. Now, let's head back to the Pimax Play 2.0 in desktop mode again and dive into the device settings menu. The available options has now been put into 3 categories: Device, General, and an Image/Performance tab. I do think it all makes a bit more sense now with this layout. Thanks to finally some logic behind the categorization of the options, it's now easier to remember where certain options are located, I think. I can tell you that with Python and the old Pimax Play, after 8 years working with Pimax headsets day to day, I could still tend to forget which tab to enter when adjusting simple things as the image quality or even the IPD. It never made sense to me why that image quality selector was in Games tab. Anyway, let's have a look at the categories. In the Device tab, you can update the firmware of the headset and the controllers, adjust controller-specific settings, change the tracking mode, and set your IPD. We got brightness settings here also, as well as the refresh rate selector and the RGB light bar options. The General tab only includes a few options for now, such as OpenXR runtime, home environment selector, and headset display timeout. Unfortunately, in the OpenXR runtime selector, we're still not able to choose between runtimes. We can only see which one is active and set Pimax OpenXR runtime as default. If you want to switch to SteamVR or Pimax XR OpenXR render, you still need to do that from inside SteamVR or Pimax XR application. I do hope that sooner or later all installed and available OpenXR runtimes will be selectable from this page directly. Hello engineers, are you listening? The Image/Performance tab logically contains the image quality options, quad views, and center rendering. The center rendering is just a renaming of the previous Pimax Central Priority rendering, which means the selector to enable and adjust built-in fixed foveated rendering and the dynamic foveated rendering and its presets. Both quality options, quad views, and center rendering have its own pop-ups with sliders and adjustments. Again, it's all one more click away. I'm aware of that because of the pop-up window, but I still find it better looking and easy to navigate. The quad views pop-up window still needs some work, I think, because when switching between presets, you never get to see the actual values of performance, ultimate, or any other presets when you select custom mode right after. For some reason, that's possible on image quality, the GPU scaling, and sharpness settings, but not with quad views. Further down below, we got the field of view selector, including normal and the new narrow mode, which limits the horizontal field of view by around 20 degrees or so to basically improve the performance. On older headsets, such as the 8KX, you can of course switch between more available field of view modes in this section just like before. Further down, we also got the frame rate options here with smart smoothing and the lock to half frame rate. Lastly, color tone settings and game or application profiles are also accessible from here, which makes sense to me. In the bottom left corner, there is an advanced settings toggle. Enabling it brings up a few more options visible under the device tab, such as additional controller options, recline mode, and motion compensation alternatives. In the Image/Performance tab, we also now see GPU upscaling and sharpness features, which makes sense, I think, and it's features that definitely should be considered as advanced options for beginners. And oh my gosh, thankfully, when adjusting the GPU upscaling and sharpness settings, the pop-up window do not behave in the same strange way as before. You probably know what I mean, it's all just better integrated now. And lastly, at the bottom of the Image/Performance tab, we now also see the hidden mask area and IPD offset settings. Anyway, in general, at first glance, it all feels somehow nicer looking. No dramatic changes really, but still solid improvements. Pretty much all of it feels logically categorized now, and this time with some more thought process behind it. The toggles and sliders just look more modern with the new UI, and they're also a bit bigger and easier to interact with. The whole layout simply looks cleaner in my opinion, without introducing too much of unnecessary graphics and text. Whatever window that pops up when you click on an option is now centered to the interface and easy to reach, quickly to adjust or exit. Having the sliders and some options inside pop-up windows, I do admit this will introduce a few more clicks required to adjust certain settings, such as the IPD value, but in my opinion, every setting is still easy to find and easy to memorize its location. It doesn't look messy anymore as it was before with all the different sliders and text taking up the space. It always bothered me before. The UI is now more responsive also, and every option you click on to bring up that pop-up window, for instance, has no delay at all, which previously was a problem on some systems. As for general performance and stability, I must say I haven't noticed any difference when launching and playing VR games. So far I haven't found any bugs nor any issues, but that's also something that the beta testers are better at. Overall, I must admit I'm surprisingly positive about the changes in Pimax Blade 2.0. It does feel even better now, and the visual changes makes the software look more mature and polished somehow. Pimax engineers plans to bring the Pimax Blade 2.0 update to the public as soon as the beta testing phase is finished, and at that point, I'm pretty sure that you will like it. Or what do you think about the changes? Let us know in the comments here below. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.